Hello, what's up, everybody? Joey and I coming at you today because the girls are, I don't know,
MIA.
MIA, vacay, and prior commitment. So, yeah, we're gonna throw down some questions, and we just launched our clean and lean challenge yesterday. So we'll break all that down, answer questions on that as well. So, what do you say?
What's up? What's going on out there?
So, the other thing, I'll start with this. It's August, so if you haven't put down your August goals, then make it happen. We've got yellow sheets, put them down, even if it's refreshing your July goal. I'll say it again. If you nailed your July goal, then progress it. If you missed it, then it's time to reassess it. So, if it was too hard, that means you didn't hit it. Steve-O, what's up, buddy?
Steve?
How's it going? So if
one more.
you've got Steve, you've got your July goal up there. So yeah, if you missed your July goal, reassess. If you nailed it, get a new one up there. Progress it. Your July goal was
Mine? Muscle up.
muscle up. He's actually it's getting smooth. It's getting smooth from when he first started. So. It's looking good. My goal was 4 trail runs in July. I got 2 sweet trail runs in. The majority of the rest of my runs were off of concrete and pavement, just not mountain trails. So, what's up, Heather? Chris Bolivar, what's up, AHS? Good to see you. Good to see you, buddy.
Who's that?
Went to high school with Chris Bolivar.
Oh.
So, thanks for joining us. So yeah, your goals, nail them down. Jaquetta, Tina, what's up? So get your August goals in, share them with us so we can help keep you accountable and help you get better. Nutrition, fitness, performance, whatever it is, let us know. We'll help you out. So next, the question that we left off at last time was protein and can you get too much of it? So, the broad spectrum on protein is as little as a half of gram of protein per pound of body weight, all the way up to 2 grams if you are trying to bodybuild and put on mass. So 2 grams per pound of body weight. What do you say about that?
It's a science, so every expert's going to say differently. Excess protein is excreted through your urine, so whatever you're not absorbing, again, is just going to come out. So basically, you're just wasting money, and then also empty calories, right? So just putting on the pounds, the excess calories. So fine-tuning that, again, finding what works for you. So if I often get the question from the ladies, like, I don't want to lift heavy weights. I don't want to eat too much protein because I'm going to bulk up. So going there, you got to be eating a tremendous amount of calories, a tremendous amount of protein, and lifting a lot of weight in order to, sustain muscle, get bigger muscle. So for everything, the everyday living that we're doing here, taking you through circuit training, I personally would say a gram, per pound, per body weight there. So to probably half a gram, you take Dave, how much you weigh?
145.
145. So if he did 1 gram, that's 145 grams of protein. That's plenty of protein for him.
I'd probably say
that more.
I'm probably definitely not getting that, and I'm training hard and surviving. So in general, if we're not counting the grams and weighing our meats and like tracking all that stuff, because to me that's not going to work. I'm not going to be that detailed to track that stuff, and I don't think it's realistic for regular everyday people.
I used to be.
Yeah, so maybe just, as Precision Nutrition says, and we typically agree with, is a palm size in thickness.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's your protein, and start there. If you're a bigger male, you could bump that up to 2 palm in size and thickness. So that could be easily, measure a simple way to measure your protein. So that would be at each meal. So if you're eating 3 meals a day, then that's your protein. So I think it would probably be hard to, overdo protein. You'd have to be doing shakes, meals and snacks, and then getting in, your real food protein as well. So, and then, you're just adding calories the more protein you get. I think protein is like heavily marketed. I'm sure we could look back and say like the protein industry, whatever it is, dairy, beef, is probably pumping a lot of money into like protein. Everybody needs more protein. I think there's some value in it, but and it's a macronutrient we need, but to have so much focus on it these days, it might be an overstatement. So you get protein in your veggies. If you're eating the right amount of veggies, you're going to get protein in your meats, your grains. Your whole grains have protein in them. So If you're eating balanced, you don't need to have a steak and a shake at dinner and steak and eggs and bacon at breakfast. So yeah, don't stress too much. Just get the right things in. So keep it whole, keep it real.
Mm-hmm. And I think that was, whose question was that? That was Heidi.
Heidi, yeah.
Quality. Quality. You just eat, organic as possible. Grass fed. And then just don't overdo it for sure. Your bone broth protein, use that as a reserve, not your go-to, right?
Not a regular meal replacement. So.
Yeah, definitely not a meal replacement for sure.
So there's a time and a place. I know Missy jumped on, and Missy is crunched for time with her job, and she does the bone broth meal. So there's a time and a place. If you replace breakfast with a shake every single day, you're going to forget how to eat. You're not going to be eating real food and let your jaw and your God-given teeth do work to help break down the food. Then we're missing out on a lot of those things. So use it as a backup plan. Use it as a sometimes option. But if you're replacing a shake with meal consistently, then you're getting off track. So Katie Seaton, is she on here? I thought I saw her. Maybe not. But Katie Seaton was a little watched What the Health, the movie there, and I haven't seen it yet. Joey has, and was offering or recommending you guys to see it. But you get a little frustrated about just, I guess, that heavy vegan side emphasis on the movie. So quality, like you mentioned, like you said, why can't we just eat quality, this and that? So lean towards the grass-fed, the free-range, the wild-caught, those kind of things for your protein. Everybody doesn't have to be vegan. Not everybody has to be vegan. We have to find out what works best for each of us. Mm-hmm. So it's a journey. Play around with what works best for you. Keep things as quality as possible. So you're cutting out the pesticides, herbicides, antibiotics, those kind of things out of your food. Which animals are the number one consumer of antibiotics in this country. So trying to reduce that. So that was the short list of questions for this week. We've got more.
Unless you have any, if you guys have any, type them down.
Do some of this or this.
Oh yeah, this. Oh, there we go.
Good and bad carbs. Your vegetables are amazing. Yes, your vegetables are carbohydrates. I know some people, my dad included, are like, I don't eat carbs. I'm like, do you eat vegetables? Yes, you do. So those are your carbs. So vegetables, start there. We typically recommend 2 vegetables, 2 to 1 ratio between vegetables and fruits. So if you're getting 4 veggies in a day, then that allows for 2 fruits. So those are both carbs. Going down from there, we jump into what I call sometimes foods, your grains, your more starchy carbohydrates, which will be like your whole grains, your beans, legumes, your quinoa, brown rice, steel cut oats, and those ancient grains. So a bag of bread or a loaf of bread that on the bag says whole grain, whole wheat, yada yada, is not a whole grain. So you don't have to rinse it, soak it, cook it in order to consume it. The one thing there is yes, you have to cook pasta. So whole grain pasta, is that a whole grain? No, because it does not look like a grain, which is a seed of a grass. So start with the veggies, the fruits, and then use those grains as sometimes foods, and those are your carbs. Reducing body fat percentage. It's all in the kitchen. Well, I mean, you can burn more and increase your metabolism and stuff. So your metabolic stuff, your your exercise, everything we do here. You've got food. So eating clean, typically we'll say varies sometimes for Eva. Hey, shouldn't you be here right now?
What?
Jumping on the video. So thanks for joining us. If you have questions or have input, Eva, send it over. So fat loss specific clients will definitely recommend minimal grains. So it might even be 0 to 1 time a day for grains for like reducing body fat.
See, and the other thing is, again, when I was trying to be a bodybuilder, I would carb cycle again, but I was 26, so my metabolism was a lot different. At that time I was doing dairy, and dairy worked for me. I did whey protein. But again, I would carb cycle. I did my runs in the morning, and then, so-called burn through my glycogen stores, which are, your leftover energy stores that you have, your fat or whatever, and then not eat for another 45 minutes to an hour, so I can just keep burning through my so-called fat stores or whatever. That was one way of doing it, but, is it realistic for everybody to get up at, 3:30 and, do your run and then not eat for an hour and all that? You gotta find what works for you. As far as, that fat burn, like to do the fat burning part. But
building lean mass is definitely going to bump metabolism up. That's going to help burn more.
Mm-hmm.
Get the heart rate high, get it low. Get the heart rate high, get it low, and that's going to torch more fat than steady state for sure. Just moving in general throughout the day, that's going to be the bulk of your calorie burn.
Mm-hmm.
Just by being active and walking and hiking and doing stuff that's not a workout, but keeping you active and stuff. So, and obviously eating clean and stuff. So, Alan Strange, hello, welcome to the party. So we'll wrap it up. We only got a couple minutes left. We launched our Clean and Lean Challenge yesterday. So Clean and Lean, our annual challenge, we do in the fall as time frees up and people go back to school. Often adults, moms, and dads have more free time on their hands. So summer vacations are over. So it's time to get back on track. And this is going to be 7 weeks. A lot of times it's 6, but we've built in a kind of a preseason week to this Clean and Lean. So the first week is going to be what to expect.
Who's ready for some football?
So what to
Cowboys. Cowboys.
Go Pats. Go Pats. So what to expect through the challenge? We're gonna walk you through cleaning out the kitchen, to meal planning and prep, to buying, shopping, prepping, that kind of stuff the first week, and then we'll dive into the 6 weeks of the strict challenge. The goal there is to eat only whole foods, which That's what we should be eating anyway. So as minimally processed as possible. Whole foods,
No
real
labels.
foods. That's the goal. So our habit program is going to ask you that question every day. You say yes, you say no, and we'll track your accountability. Nice, Heather. We'll track your accountability. We'll check up on you. We'll ask questions. You can ask questions directly to us through the program. There's going to be recipes, of course. Everybody wants more recipes, so whole food recipes. There's going to be, let me see my notes here, a bunch of guys just eating clean, bulk prepping. There's going to be weekly challenges. Obviously a Facebook group, which we do every time to kind of bring everybody together and support each other. A place to ask questions, a place to share successes and stuff like that. So that Facebook group, we're actually going to do a specific Facebook group only for that Clean and Lean, a live session once a week to answer questions there. So you'll definitely get a little more attention there. Weekly Facebook challenges, so you'll see a different challenge each week. You'll see a different movement challenge each week. And each week you'll have, based on one of those three things, the habit, the movement, or the general challenge in the Facebook group, we're going to pull a winner and give away a little prize each week. So, and then overall, you're going to see there'll be the grand prize stuff. So top, first, second, and third will get cash prizes. And the question I always get is, well, I just need to get back on track. I don't have a lot to lose. Yes, people who have more to lose have more potential to win. So that's to kind of help you with that. I mean, if you're only in it for the cash, you're in it for the wrong reasons. So the goal for everybody should be to get better, to eat better, to get better habits. So if you're here just to cherry pick on money, then that's great. But you know, you're going to be get back in that cycle. So this program will help you build habits, will help you eat better. And then as our goal always is, we want to see you eat healthier for a lifetime and share that with your kids, share that with your coworkers, be healthier, stronger, serve people better, and just be awesome and amazing and just be able to enjoy life. So yeah, that's kind of a rough outline of the challenge. This also, we kind of tested a little bit with the sugar-free me earlier this year, but this will also have an online only option. So we had about a half a dozen people with the sugar-free me that were not even in this state that did the challenge. So the online only option, if you have friends, family, people out of town that cannot get here, there'll be workouts built into that. So there'll be a metabolic workout, a strength workout, a mobility. You'll see the different workouts throughout the week. Those are built into this program, so that people out of town, out of state, are going to be able to walk through this with you and still be able to get some quality workouts in on their own or at their local gym. So that we're super excited about that. So share that with your out of towners. So, or even if it's someone's local but they're not confident enough to make it into the gym, then we'll meet you where you're at, and still welcome to join us. So that's it. If you have questions, we got to run and get places, but if you have questions, fire them away on the challenge, on anything, health, nutrition. Maybe next time we'll do a movement-based Q&A. So if you have questions on exercise and stuff like that, and movement and activity versus nutrition stuff, we'll mix it up a little bit and go out on the floor. So send your questions over. We'll cover them now or later, whenever we get to them, and definitely next week. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Peace.